that gave me the colonoscopy sucked too much fluids out of my body. I thought that's what it was. I was like, maybe I don't got enough fluid in my body. Maybe it's nothing in it. That's why it's hurting. So I'm eating all of this good shit. My friend, she over here making me salads. Like, I was the most healthiest I've been in my whole fucking life. I was drinking nothing but water, eating all the fruit, eating all the salads, not the cheap salads from like Zaxby's. I was getting real fresh cut up everything. I was putting the most best shit in my body. And I was still in pain. And by, I want to say, the 9th night is when I knew that I was about to die. The pain moved to my shoulder. So it was hurting here and it was hurting on my shoulder. So I'm like, this shit is starting to take over my whole body. My ankle started hurting. Everything on the right side of my body just started to malfunction. Like, it was to the point. So at this point, I'm in tears again. And my mom and dad was over. I was so thankful they was at my house when this happened. So I'm over here thinking I got the most, I went and got the icy hot shit. I got the strongest one that was in the store. It was some shit called Tiger. They said that like the Chinese people use it. I don't know. It was the strongest icy hot. I'm putting it everywhere, all over. Like, I smell like a fucking lighter fluid. Like, I don't know. I just had it everywhere. I had it all over my body, trying to stop anywhere that was hurting. And I'm still like limping. I'm literally limping. Like, I can't even walk. I'm over here holding my body, limping. And then I was just like, well, I'm sleepy. I'm tired of limping around. I'm finna go upstairs and go to sleep. So I get my heating pad. I lay in my bed. I heat it up. I put it on the areas that hurt. And I start to go to sleep. Within 3 seconds of my eyes closed, like I said, it started to take over my whole body. My shoulder, ankle, everything just started to hurt. And the pain went over from here to my whole, like, it just took over my whole entire body. And I was like screaming. My mom and dad ran up the stairs. I was like, I literally was crying to them. Like, they saw it in my eyes that I was really in pain. They picked me up, took me to the Rockdale Hospital. Now, mind you, the hospital that I went to before was not even to be racist or anything, but it was white people. And I didn't feel like they really cared if I was okay or not, because when I first walked in there, they was kind of like trying to tell me that I'm over exaggerating, I'm doing too much in a way without saying it. Like, so I already felt some type of way being there already. And so I told them, please don't take me back to that hospital. Like, I don't care where y'all take me, just don't take me back to that hospital. I didn't feel in their spirit that they really wanted to help me. It was kind of a thing where they just like, it's just another fucking patient, bring the bitch in, put her on the bed, give her her gown. It was one of those type of things. So when I went to this hospital, I went to a predominantly black hospital. The doctor was black. The nurses was black. The receptionist, the people that's in the front was black. Everybody was kind of black in there. So when I came in there, my dad literally had to carry me. My mom and my dad carried me from the bed, walked me down the stairs, walked me to the car, put me in the car. I'm literally crying. The doctor, the hospital was like damn near an hour away from me. I'm crying. I was crying for an hour straight, all the way to the hospital, because it like literally was like this close to killing me. Like, I dead ass felt like I was going to die. And they just was like crying. Like, I could see my mom heartbroken. Like, my baby is like in so much pain. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So I get to this hospital. Now, when I get in this hospital, the people was like on high alert. The moment I walked in, I didn't have to say, like, my parents didn't have to say shit 2 nurses ran out. What's wrong? What we need to do? They grabbed the wheelchair, put me in a wheelchair. They're rubbing me. They're like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. They're taking me to the room. I'm screaming like it felt like I was giving birth. Like that's what it felt like. So they rushing me in there. I'm sitting in there. They hurry up, put me on the bed, hook me to the they put the IV in my arm, and she gave me, it was like a bag of water that she put like a bunch of medicine in, and she hooked it up to my arm, and all the fluids started coming from the bag into my body, because she was just like, I have to calm her down. She's too, like, we can't figure out what's wrong with her acting like this. So they was trying to calm me down and get me stable. So after the fluids start coming into my body, it kind of, like, I want to say, it neutralized the pain. Like, it was still there, but it wasn't hurting. It did the same thing that it did at the other doctor's office. Like, it kind of tried to hide again. So the pain just started to slowly, like, calm down. Like, it was like fading away. And I literally was like dozing in and out. I was trying to stay awake. I was dozing off, staying awake, and I went to sleep. And then the doctor came back in there and woke me up after they took all my stuff and they ran all my tests. The doctor came back in there and told me the same fucking thing. And my mom was just so pissed, because she's just like, y'all mean to tell me y'all don't see anything wrong with my daughter, and she is literally screaming, like, and you can't see anything on this test. There's nothing in this hospital that got just, it's nothing. You mean to tell me there's nothing, there's nothing. And they were just like, ma'am, her blood is perfectly fine. Her urine is perfectly fine. We just ran her through a whole CAT scan. So I had a CAT scan and I had an ultrasound. The other doctor did the ultrasound, and this doctor did a CAT scan, because I told them they already did the ultrasound and didn't see nothing. So I needed to step it up a notch. So they did the CAT scan. And so they were like, we don't see anything. Like they were literally confused. Like, they were in shock. Like, they couldn't believe that they didn't see anything. But the water that she put back in my body, that all the water that the lady took out of my body, I did feel like that helped me, because the pain was still there, but I could deal with it a little bit more better now. So I'm just like, all right, well, what do you guys suggest? They were like, normally when you have pains in this area, is normally caused by your gallbladder. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but it's called a gallbladder. And it was like, maybe when you got the colon cleanser, it just made something in your gallbladder, like, it just irritated it probably. I don't think it was nothing bad. It was like, because you would be like probably dead by now if it was something serious. That's what the man at the hospital told me. He was like, because normally when infections and stuff like that happen, if you don't jump on it right then and there, it's a possibility of you dying, because you'll be backed up and stuff. And it was like, and you said you've been dealing with a pain in your stomach for damn near 2 weeks now, and you're still alive. So they were just like, I think you might have just irritated it. And I'm like, okay. So they gave me this medicine, and I went to the pharmacy at Walgreens to pick up the medicine. And I was taking the medicine. I didn't feel like it was doing nothing. I felt like it was kind of just me putting unnecessary medicine in my body that I didn't need to put. So at this point, I kind of gave up. Like, I really felt like I was just finna have to deal with this pain, because this is really what happened in the movies. Like, these people get these diseases, these pains that it's uncurable, that don't nobody know why and how it got there, and they deal with it, and then they just fucking either get better, it's a miracle, or they just fucking die. And so I was just like, I know I ain't did nothing that bad in this world for me to be dying this early. Like, I just know, like, I was just so heartbroken. Like, I just felt defeated. Like, I felt like everything that I worked for, everything that I believed in was just swept from up under me. Like, my heart was broken, like, to pieces. Like, I didn't even feel like myself. Like, I literally felt like a sick ass patient that been in the recovery center for 2 years. Like, I couldn't believe it. So something just told me, call your prophet, because she's protected you this far. I know it's something that she can tell you of what's going on with you. Oh my gosh. So y'all listen to this. This is going to be the titty grabber when I tell y'all this. Are y'all ready for this? When I tell y'all what my prophet told me? I need to know, are y'all ready for this? Because this is when I really started crying, because I couldn't believe it. So when I talked to my prophet, she came to me, and normally when I'm just not doing good, she normally can sense it, and she'll text me, or she'll call me, or she'll just check on me. She's been with me since I was a little girl. She's like my guardian angel, so she knows when something's wrong with me. So she was already sensing that something was wrong, so I just beat her to the punch. I called her first. And so when she called, when she answered, I could barely talk because I couldn't breathe. So when I was talking, it was like broken up. Like my words was broken up because I couldn't fully complete a sentence because I was in so much pain. And she just broke down, and she was just like, my baby. She was like, you in so much pain. I can hear it. I can feel it. And she was just like, I told her what was going on, about how I went to 2 hospitals. They told me nothing was wrong. I told her how I changed my diet. I told her how I was drinking water. I told her how I told y'all from the beginning. I told her from the beginning, and it spooked her because she was saying that what I was dealing with wasn't health related. It was something that somebody may have put on me, like a hex or a curse or like some type of shit, because the pain wasn't detectable when it came to the doctors. The pain felt like I was dying. Like, it didn't feel like a regular pain when you get sick and you know if you keep taking Theraflu, you're going to get better. The pain was like it was in my body, like it was placed there. Like, it wasn't like I did something for me to get sick. I've never had any health issues. I've never been allergic to anything. I've never even been to the hospital before. Like, that was my first time in my life, other than when I was born, being in a hospital. I've never had to be in a hospital for anything. I've always been healthy. So for me to go from being healthy to in 2 weeks being in the hospital 2 times was horrific. Like, I was like, I was traumatized. Like, I could not believe that I was going through this. And especially after all of these blessings, why would I be going through a tragic after I just had all of these blessings? I just had literally the best glow up in 2020. I became a millionaire. I bought a house. I bought a car. Like, all of these blessings happened at one time. Why would somebody that's highly favored right now be going through a tragic? Like, you get what do y'all, is that connecting in y'all head? Like, it don't add up. It don't make sense. That's just I'm just like, what the fuck is a hex? So I'm over here looking it up and everything while she's talking to me about it. And I'm just like in shock. So she like, do you have your Bible? I always have my Bible with me. But when we was in the process of moving, a lot of my stuff got packed up in my bins and stuff. So I couldn't find my Bible. So she was just like, I want you to get out of your bed and repeat this scripture after me. And I'm telling her, like, I'm in pain. Like, I cannot get out of this bed. Like, I'm literally glued to this bed. She said, if you continue to stay in that bed, you will never get better. And that pain will still be there forever. And she was like, you have to get out of that bed. You have to. You can't let that pain take over you. You have to get out of it. You have to find the strength, the energy somewhere to get out of that bed. I got out of the bed, nearly, damn near crippled, about to fall over. She said, now put your hand over the pain and repeat after me. So I put my hand over the pain and I repeated what she wanted me to repeat. And she was just like, keep saying it. Just keep repeating it. Keep repeating it. Mind you, it hurt to talk. So I'm literally over here dying doing this. Like, I'm literally feeling myself dying trying to say it. Saying it. Saying it. Saying it. And she was like, okay, now walk out of your room and tell whatever's in your body to leave, and it no longer can live in you. And so I'm just like doing everything she's saying. And she told me to get the Bible and turn to Psalms 23. And when I go to sleep, leave the Bible open on Psalms 23 and place it over where I was hurting. And tomorrow it'll be gone. I woke up this morning. This happened yesterday. I woke up this morning. And that pain was not in my body. It's as if it never existed. Like, I was never hurting. Like, it literally got up and walked out of my body, like, vanished. I was in disbelief. Like, I could not believe that something that I was taking all this medicine for, drinking all of this water, just doing all of this for, was just gone. Like, as if I never had it. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I'm healed. Like, it's not here anymore. And it's like, I literally felt like I was dying. I felt like I was dying. Like, I don't think no one understand what I felt that day. It felt like no one in the world could help me. I felt like I was done. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't talk. I couldn't do anything. I was helpless. I was so helpless. And all she did was prayed over me. She prayed over me, and she told me that that pain was going to be gone tomorrow. And it was gone. I woke up and it was gone. I didn't feel it. I was breathing. I was walking. I could do everything that I was doing before it even touched my body. And I'm saying all of this to say that your blessings isn't meant to be shown to everyone. You don't know who's secretly mad at you, who's secretly just upset that life's not going the way it's supposed to be going for them, and they seeing you living your life. You just don't know what people is wishing on you. And when people are saying that they're praying for you, you don't know what they're praying about. You don't know what they're praying for. You don't know what, like, the motive behind them praying. They might not even be praying for good stuff. They might be praying for bad stuff. You just never know. And just having people around you in your energy, in your space, you don't know what people are just like, what they're thinking. Like, they could secretly just hate the fuck out of you. And you don't have nothing but love in your heart for them. And they just can't, they don't love you. Like, it's just something about them that you just irritate their soul. And they just wish just bad on you. They just wish something bad would happen to you. And I just want to say that y'all have to be very careful. You can't eat everything. You can't allow any and everybody in your space, your energy. You have to protect yourself, because that very moment, if I wouldn't have called my prophet, no telling where I would be right now. Like, I probably would be damn near on my last breath right now. Like, I don't think y'all understand the seriousness that I'm, like, what I'm saying to y'all. Like, this is the realest shit that I'll ever speak on. I don't even speak on shit when it happens to me. I just take it, take it to the head and just keep on going with life. But I had to tell y'all this because I don't know who else is out there dealing with something like this. Listen, this pain was undetectable. No hospital, no doctor, no nurse. Nobody could tell me what was going on with me. I was dealing with this pain for 2 weeks. My prophet prayed over this pain, and it was gone when I woke up in the morning. Like, that's some real ass shit. Like, dead ass. Like, that's some real ass shit. So I just wanted you guys to know that. I didn't want y'all to think that I was just bullshitting, because I saw a lot of comments that irritated me about, oh, she pulling a Chris Sale stunt. She ain't really sick. Nothing's really wrong with her. And little do y'all know, I'm damn near on my last fucking breath in the bed. Like, I couldn't breathe. Like, and that shit just took all of me, And so I just wanted y'all to know that God is real. If you don't know him, you need to know him. You will not survive in this world if you do not know him and you do not believe in him and have faith in him. Do not get caught up in this hype, this materialistic shit, all of this shit that's going on in this world, because you can easily get caught up in that shit and lose yourself and forget about him. And in the midst of all these blessings, you have to give thanks to him. You have to let him know that he's number one and he's the reason. You can never get blessings and think, oh, I did this by myself. This ain't nothing but me. I did this. I ain't had no help. He will take that shit back. He will take it back. He will give it to you the same day and take it back the same day. Like, literally. So y'all have to pray more. Y'all need to go to church more. Y'all just need to be more in tune with yourself, with God. Just Like, seriously, because I believed in God, but this right here really made me a believer because I knew it was him. It was no explanation of how this pain just walked out of my body like that. I knew it was him.